Hi, Omega Chaos here with another Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile, and this time I'm showing my update Z-ARC Pendulum deck list. I've been working on this deck for a while. This is more of a hand loop combo version. I think it's pretty good. You can now add in some non-engine to help going second, and the first turn combo is really amazing as well. You can pretty much get rid of all your opponent's 5 cards and then the 6 cards in their standby phase as well. So I guess let's go to the deck. So first the monsters. So I use 2 Supreme King Dragon Dark Worm. So it's one of the main consistency cards. I think, of course, it's really good. I'm running it at 2 because I think obviously 1 is not enough, and 3 is too much, I think, because we'll just have too many normal summons in the deck otherwise. Then I use 1 Supreme Dragon Light Worm. Of course, I saw the newer cards. It definitely is really good. It's a Pendulum tuner. It's definitely very important for our combos. It's a scale 8. That's also very important as a really good pendulum effect as well. That allows you pretty much going to summon it itself and then going to Supreme Dragon Clearing in the opponent's turn. Then here's 1 Supreme Gate 0. Obviously still really good for the scale, and the scale effect is actually really important in this version of the deck. Then I use 1 Supreme Gate Infinity. Of course, you need it for a combo more or less. Definitely pretty nice for that. Then of course I used the main card that actually made this deck possible. Supreme Gate Magician. This card completely changed the deck. You don't really need to run any Magician Pendulums anymore in the deck if you don't want to. Obviously there is a Magician version of the deck that is way different from this, but right now of course I'm just using the most Z-ARC Pendulum cards in the deck. So definitely it's really good. Of course you can place a Gate 0 or any Gate monster to your scale. It can summon itself from the hand if you don't have like a Gate card in your Pendulum zone. And also you can search for any card that mentions a Supreme Z-ARC in the card text, except the spellcaster monster. So definitely all around the most important card in the main deck more or less. Then you use 1 Obstacle Sorcerer. Of course, still a really good card in the deck, especially in combination with Supreme Gate Magician. Definitely very nice. Then I use 1 Old-Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Just because, of course, I use the trap card in the deck that can summon out Z-ARC in the opponent's turn, and obviously you need a Pendulum Dragon for that. So I choose to use just the Old-Eyes, the regular Old-Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Definitely is pretty nice. Then you use 2 Oda's Revolution Dragon, which can search out Dark Worm and Light Worm, so definitely I think it's pretty decent, I would say. Then I use the Preoplat engine because it's important for the hand loop combo. So I use 1 Preoplat Triantis, scale 8, and you use it as fusion material. You can add Preo counters either to your opponent's monster or your own monsters. Definitely is pretty important for a combo. Then I use 1 Preoplat Pufoclia. It's obviously not an important card for the combo because you can fusion summon with it pretty much, because that scale effect is really good. Then I run 1 Preoplant Liss because you actually need it to search out your Preoplants pretty much, and you also can summon itself back if a monster with a Preo counter is on the field. Then you have some hand traps, which you can use quite a lot of in this particular deck. And of course you need them in this format. So you use triple Aspos Mature Spring, but still use it. It's still one of the best hand traps, despite the fact that if Mobile plays Snake Giant, they can just revive it with Hita, but still it's just too important not to play. Then you use triple Ghost Morar and Moonlit Chill. I think it's a pretty decent hand trap. It's just another negate. They're really good, like negate your opponent's Popular or like the Princess, stuff like that. Always I still use the triple effect whaler, still really good. Now let's see the spells and traps. So of course I use the triple Wings of Light. to search out any of my pieces like Dark Worm, Light Worm, Gate Magician, or my other gates. Definitely very nice. Then I use 2 Dragon Arena, just another way to get Dark Worm to the graveyard, but I'm not sure if you'll actually keep it in or not. But I think it's definitely really good because sometimes you need that Dark Worm in the graveyard so you can get your combo going, and then you'll still have your normal summon potentially as well. Then of course I'm still using the triple Dragon Shrine, definitely very important still to get Dark Worm in the graveyard. And of course that one Foolish Boreal as well. Then I use 1 Miracle Synchro version because it's very important for combo. You want to search that with Gate 0 and then you can summon out Z-ARC in your own turn. And then of course I will show the combo in a separate video. And then I use 1 Instant Fusion, which is very important for the prayer plant part of the combo as well. So because of course you can summon at the level 5 from the X deck. And of course I use that 1 Cover Grave, obviously good against many hand traps. This deck definitely loses the troll quite a bit, so definitely need it for that. Then I use 1 Soul of Supreme Celestial King. Obviously the main combo does not revolve around this card, but it's still pretty much a plan B more or less. Definitely still really amazing. And of course I use that triple Infinite Parents. Very obvious. Now let's see the X deck. Of course I use that 1 Supreme King Z-ARC. Obviously I think you know what this card does by now, but pretty much it's can be destroyed, it can be targeted, it destroys everything in your opponent's side field. Also it has really good scale effect that if they search anything or not put anything into the hand aside from their draw phase, they lose pretty much the cards they got. And of course it works very well in combination with certain cards in the X deck as well, if you have it in your scale. And it's a floodgate as well in your scale as well. They cannot activate the effects of Synchros, Xyz and Fusions. Definitely very nice. Then of course I use that Odd-Eyes Arc-Ray Dragon. Still pretty good, I think. I don't summon it very often, but it definitely still comes up. Obviously still this card will be better once the Z-ARC Synchro comes out, but I think that will be kind of another version of the deck. Then of course I use that Starring Venom Fusion Dragon. Still of course really good send with like Sovereign Gate Magician, and of course for the trap card as well. Then I use 1 Starring Venom Dragon, which is important for the combo in this deck. Obviously the main combo in this deck, definitely need it for that. Then use 1 Odd-Eyes Vortex Dragon, which is the only negate in this deck unfortunately. Obviously Savage is now banned, but I think they included in this deck, in this version of the deck anyway. Then you use 1 Brabant Ambulance for the Instant Fusion, so I can search out my purple monsters, and also can summon plants from the deck as well by tributing a monster. Then use 1 Supreme Dragon Clearing, obviously really good. Just destroy all the monsters, all the face of monsters your opponent controls, and yeah, I can summon it in your opponent's turn as well. Then use 1 Clearing Synchro Dragon. I don't really summon it very often aside from Gate 0's effect, or just banish it for a trap card, but still I think it's pretty nice. Then I use 1 Samsara Dragon Rebirth for the combo as well to summon out Durandal. Then I use 1 Oda's Absolute Dragon, pretty important as well to summon out Vortex Dragon from the X deck. Then 1 Artifact Durandal, obviously one of the main combo pieces in the deck, because you summon out Durandal, have Z-ARC in the scale because you negate your own Z-ARC's effect that is mandatory, and then you use this card. Both players put their hand back to the deck and then draw a new hand, but then Z-ARC's effect activates, then Z-ARC destroys all of their cards they added, because of course Z-ARC destroys multiple cards potentially, so they lose all of their hand, and then in the next turn, obviously I won't activate in the draw phase, I wait in the transformer phase, and then they lose their last card as well because of this and Z-ARC. Definitely really amazing combo I think in the deck. Then there is 1 Dark Rebellion Xyz Dragon, obviously don't summon it very often in the deck, but it's mostly for the trap card. Then I use 1 Aplusa That is also pretty nice, obviously. I think this card probably should have been banned, but still, it's still legal. Obviously, it's pretty good, obviously, to make sure your combo goes off, more or less. Then you run one Z-ARC Pendulum. Still pretty good in some situations. And of course, the last card in the next deck is one Beyond the Pendulum, to choose out your combo pieces, more or less, mostly Light Worm. So, this was my Z-ARC Pendulum deck profile. I think this deck has a sort of potential. Obviously, I will keep experimenting with some other versions as well, like the Magician version or something else. So yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this Yu-Gi-Oh! Deck profile. For now, goodbye and Omakios out.